Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars for Season 7. We've been off for a while because kind of racing season was over, Christmas holidays, all the holidays. Kind of glad to be back. It was really fun watching the intro of the show. I haven't watched it in a while, but it was kind of cool. Usually when it's on playing, I'm doing other things, but I just sat here because I'm not in a big hurry tonight. I'm just sitting here watching it, and it was really, really cool. I like it. I hope everybody had great holidays. I hope everybody is doing well. Chester Taylor, hey buddy, what's up? How you doing tonight? So there's a lot of things that are going on right now, and we're trying to get revamped for another season of Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. Hopefully, this is going to be a lot more active season because I'm going to try to be able to be away from the shop a lot more. We've got things that we're putting things on another gear, so to free me up a little bit in the shop. So that's one of the things that we're working on, is because I want to get out and I want to be at more races this year. We're working on getting everything finished on the Fury Dragster so I can be out beating some of these asses with it this year. I told Lynn we'll be breaking hearts and taking names this year. So that's kind of one of the things I'm looking forward to. I want to shout out to Jim Cummings at the East Coast Fuelers. I see he's there. Hey, the East Coast Fuelers help support Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars by giving us some of these great calendars. These things are awesome. It's 12 months of just awesome cars. And Jim, this is the body that I wanted to put on my dragster. This is the one that I wanted from Suncoast. It's a Bantam. I think it's a battle. But yeah, just got some, there's Hacker's car, just got some really cool cars in here. Now we're going to do two things for these. And like I said, this goes to help fund the show and keep us online and keep everything going with all the software and everything that takes to run the radio station and the show. If you want one of these calendars, we've got a link up on our Vampire products. I don't know. I'll have Lynn put the link up where it is after the show. But you can buy one of these. They're $20. We'll send it to you for that $20. So, like I said, this is something that helps keeps the show going. This is something that helps keeps the East Coast Fuelers going. It's 12. I keep coming to this picture. You see, it was closed. I opened it back up to that picture. Nothing's tagged or anything. There's just something about that little body I really like and really, really like. But this is one way. If you want to order one of these, let me know. I've got a box over there full of them on the cabinet. They're $20. That send me your address. I'll send you a PayPal or whatever to pay for them, so we'll get that out to you. Lynn will be following this stuff and get that out and sent to you. Now, one of the calendars that we're keeping over there is what we're going to do with it is we're going to do, and like I said, this is all to help keep the show and the radio station, everything going. We're going to raffle one calendar off. Tickets are $1 entry, and then we're going to do a episode 3 of this season. We're going to do a drawing then and pull a name out of a hat and see who wins. But you can get that. We'll have that set up as well. I've got a link up for it. I just don't remember what it is. So yeah, it's $1 link or $1 entry. Buy often, buy many. Like I said, you're helping us. So everything's good. I see Jim Cummings is in the green room. Let me go ahead and before I Chester Taylor, how are you doing, buddy? I want to Chester. I'm making my playlist here, that's what I call it. My playlist here as for next week's show. Do you think we can get you on next week's show, Chester, to lay out the season of what you're going to do with the Misfit Gassers for this season and what plans that you have? Just send me a yes or no if you want to do that, because I'm going to go ahead and write you in, do the promo for next week with you in it. Yes, let me write that name down too, Jim. I appreciate it. I was trying to think of it a minute ago before I got over here. Lynn said, "Oh, you got a minute before you go on." And I was sitting on the couch. I was like, "Oh, crap." That is all right. I'll get that from you in just a minute. All right, Chester. So I'm putting that on. I'm gonna put you down for 7:30 next week. I'll get you a link and everything. And like I said, we'll do a promo for you as well on this for put up for next week. All right, let me bump in here. I've got let's see if I've missed anybody. Hey, Uncle Glenn Carville said, hey, Glenn, I have respected the family's wishes by not trying to reach out and find out information on Jesse, but I just got to tell you, I am frustrated with just the lack of anything. So if you've got anything, please let us know, because we've been worried about him. We've been keeping him in our prayers. And if you know Jesse Holmes, please, he's been ill. Keep him in your prayers and his family. Alan Faulkner, hey, buddy, how you doing? All right, we're going to bring Jim Cummings in here for a quickie. It don't even sound right, does it?
No, that don't sound good.
That don't sound good at all, does it? How you doing, man? I want to thank you for the calendars that you sent to help us with the show and everything. That's awesome. And what do you think? That's when I run out of selling calendars, they can also contact you to buy them.
Absolutely. And if you do, let us know. That picture that you keep going back to.
I love it.
All right. That's a father and son. Tim Krause is the altar. Dad's got the dragster. And Dad just turned 80.
Okay, Tim Krause.
Yeah, Tim Krause is the altar. Bill Krause is the dragster. And Bill, he's badass. He just turned 80 years old last year.
No, really? And that's a Suncoast body, isn't it?
I don't know where Bill, he massaged the crap out of that thing. He did. It's got inner wheel wells and tubs and stuff, but I don't know exactly where it is. I got to ask TK on that and see. So
I need to reach out to Tim on that?
Yeah, ask Tim or Bill or Adam. Yeah, probably Tim. Reach out to Tim, because he'll have more info, and his brother Adam. Bill, I think he just did hip surgery, so he's going to get rebuilt and be bionic, so it'll be faster on the lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how are we looking this season for the East Coast Fuelers?
We're doing a whole lot. It's still in development, because I got a lot of other racetracks coming out to us. Wilkesboro, we're finalizing that date in North Carolina. We're starting off in April with Rockingham with the Mopars at the Rock. And then we got a few more going in. August is going to be off the hook. We're back at Island Dragway for their funny car meet and their anniversary. We're going to be at Beaver Springs. We're going to have 7-8 cars. We're going to run Funny Car Chaos. And we're trying a whole bunch. We got a couple other ones out there too. Oh, Lebanon Valley Night of Fire, June 28th, and then back again Lebanon Valley with the Dover Reunion, which is a kick-ass show too.
Okay. I'm going to reach out to Paul tonight right after the show goes off, because I want to try to get him on for next week or week after, if it's convenient for him to. He's at Wilkesboro Dragway, correct?
He's the operator. Him and his wife Cindy. Awesome people. And Paul's from Long Island, so he's a New York boy. Grew up in the same town my wife did, actually.
Okay.
And then Cindy's she doesn't have a New York accent.
Okay.
She's from the Carolinas, but
right.
They're good people. Paul puts his heart, blood, everything in that track, and it's just a nice track. You got to come out there. So
and you're going to be racing in Wilkesboro. That's in North Carolina, correct?
Yes, that's Western North Carolina.
And that's like why I'm really interested in that track, because it's funny. I look down here when we're talking about Wilkesboro, and I see Brittany Joyce Walls. Hey, Dad. Hey, Lindsay Gibson. That's my daughter, and my daughter and her family live in North Carolina. And you remember I've talked to you about I wanted to get out to North Carolina so I could see the grandkids and everything. And that's another reason I wanted to talk with Paul and find out what's going on with some of the track stuff that they've got going out there. And I'm trying to do what I can to get east where I can see my grandkids.
There you go. It's in Western North Carolina, so it's in the hills. It's the oldest drag strip in North Carolina, first of all. And
you don't know how close that is to Asheville, do you?
Uh,
Is it relatively close?
I don't know. I know it's west of Greensboro.
Okay, I
So,
think Greensboro is where my daughter is.
yeah,
I think.
it's about I think it's about an hour west of Greensboro or something like that, I
Okay.
believe. So
Okay.
it's off of 40 and then 422 and stuff around there. So NASCAR has their all-star race there too, believe it or
Okay.
not.
Okay.
They got resurrected last year. But it's a great little racetrack, and
Okay.
they're just great, awesome people. So, and they're such great supporters of our group too, in there. And we're doing the race is going to be called Nostalgic Mayhem. On there, the date is we couple things we're working on to finalize that date.
Okay.
That actually came up this morning, so a couple things came at us. And then but he does great. He's got some great shows there. He does a whole bunch. He's good to the community as well. Veterans, all of that stuff.
Right.
That's like
Right.
Rockingham is veterans owned.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Dan Van
Okay.
Horn, he does a lot of stuff there with that too as well.
What's his name?
Dan Rockingham is Dan Van Horn.
Okay.
And he's good people too.
I'm making notes as because I'm planning for my upcoming shows. So it's always helps when you come on because it helps me line up what I want to do and who I want to talk to in the weeks to come.
Thank you all for supporting us. First of all, that's just awesome.
Like I said, this year where I am making time. I'm just the shop. I love everything I do in the shop, and I love my customers. But I was just ready to kill them all. I'm exhausted because I don't have any time for myself. Me and Lynn haven't been anywhere we haven't been anywhere together in I think 5 years.
Yeah, I got a jar of pain in the ass patient's ashes on my counter.
So yeah, we're looking forward to getting this and doing some stuff with the East Coast Fuelers this season.
Absolutely.
After the show, do me a favor, send me the dates that you have so far, so I could. We want to start trying to do some planning, and on my end, it's going to take a bunch of other things other places that we can hit along the way headed to an event, and if we could do some cigar things, and we could do some music things, and different things like that. So whenever I go anywhere or we go anywhere, you have point A and point B, but it's all the places in between that we try to stop and maybe do some stuff at auto parts houses just to help pay for the trip a little bit, things that we like to do. And awesome. I'm kind of excited. We've got some, in fact, before I talk about that, I'm not going to say anything about what I was fixing to say at all until I'm going to send you a prospectus. It's some of the things that we've got planned that we want to do at the events that we go to. And I want you to look over that before I start talking about them, because I want to see if that's going to be anything that may be problems at tracks or things like that. So I don't want to talk about something and wind up stepping on toes at the same time.
Good, and get that thing out there and go race, man.
I'm just so ready. I'm so physically exhausted from everything. Yeah. So
you're mentally and physically, because you go to bed tired, which is good, but a good tired.
I go to bed tired. I wake up tired.
Yeah, same here.
And it's been like that for years now, for at least since COVID. It's been like that. I go to bed tired, I wake up tired, and it's just the same repetitive stuff every day.
I have that Chinese disease, dragon ass.
Dragon. Yes. Well, all right. Is there anything else what's the first thing you got coming up? You got any car shows or any of those?
No car shows yet. Yes, we do. Excuse me. Yes. In Greensboro, North Carolina, they have a show. February 17th, 16th to 17th. Let me go look at my calendar. I didn't turn the page. 16th and 17th. We're going to be part of Wilkesboro, and our Flying Ryan will have his car on display with us. Ray Urban's going to be there. Paul.
He get his put back together?
What's that?
Ray get his put back together yet?
It's getting there. It's actually really, really close, which is good. So, he can't run nitro in a two-step. It don't work well.
Yeah.
No, that's another.
Another thing. I didn't think that all the way through, did he?
You don't. It's one of those things. You go, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that.
I should have done that.
As you do it, you're like, nope. There's a reason why they don't run 2-steps on the top fuels. But,
That's it. That's it.
That's a car show that we're going to be at. Ray is going to be there. Paul and Cindy and a bunch of other racetracks, and Flying Ryan will be there as well. Put his car on, displaying us for it. And then we're going to go into April with Rockingham, probably, Wilkesboro. We don't know. There's a couple of dates possibly in April. We're working on that,
right?
And that's going to be that's going to be a nostalgia show. So it's going to be, I think the Carolina Gear Jammers are going to be there. I know there's going to be some 3-pedal class, a bunch of nostalgia classes, car show, and a whole bunch of things. Paul's got the Nostalgic Mayhem, and that's just a great name,
right?
And it's a great event. So and then we will be at Virginia Motorsports in August as well. So August is slammed. Yeah.
Okay. I'm writing as you were talking, so I'm sorry I got dead air.
That's okay, because that's better than no air. But
yeah.
But we got that going, Alky Diggers is back on board with us, Mike and Braden, Tony and Shannon. He's sponsoring us again, and he's going to give us he's got also a $500 gift certificate we're going to pick a winner, and we'll figure out that as well, on top of sponsoring the Island Dragway race too. So
okay. All right. Well, big guy, I guess I will see you or talk to you next week. If you talk to Paul, tell him I'm going to try to reach out to him after the show tonight. Or if you talk to him during the week, tell him that I'm interested in having him on the show next week. But I will get in touch with him within the next 24 hours for sure.
He's got a heavier New York accent than I do. So
I can hardly tell yours, man. I can hardly tell it.
Yeah, wait till I get tired. That's another story.
All right, Jim. I appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
Buy those calendars, support this show. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Hey, man, and again, thank you for the calendars. Let's see if I do it again. Let's see if it's a hat trick.
There we go.
No, I didn't.
No, that's Sammy. That's the Black Russian. That's Sammy.
Yeah, but this is the great thing about this. The photography in these, you got the wild man on the front there. But the photography, the pictures in these are great. And another thing I want, this is not something you're going to hang on the wall and it's going to pull through. This is these, I've got sheet metal on the body of the dragster that is thinner than these pages in this calendar.
That's all Steve Bell. Bell Designs, Bell Signs. He does a lot of our artwork. He's done some T-shirts. He does all our stickers, anything that you need. Ray, you can call him up, send him a picture, and next thing you know, he'll send you a sticker like that. He's awesome with that stuff.
And one of the things I want to do because I am keeping a calendar for myself, but I want to try to be up there where I can get all you guys to sign it.
I was going to say that. You know what? Maybe we can get one that we can sign it. We can raffle it off to somebody or whatever. Steve's number's on the back page. You're looking at it right there.
Steve Bell right there.
There you go, man. That's it. He's the guy.
And like I said, this is great work. I mean, I've had spiral notebooks in school that weren't as good as this thing.
Yeah,
it's got that nice spiral bound on the back of it. It's nice.
Yeah, you lost your homework on that. That was the page that fell out.
Dog ate it. But here in this house, I can actually get away with that comment because the dogs here eat everything. And the last 4 or 5 days, they have been doing double time.
Yeah, I don't want to be following them.
Yeah. All right, Jim, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great night.
Have a good one, guys. See you.
All right, buddy.
You guys rock. Bye.
We always love it when Jim Cummings comes on the show. He is the East Coast Fuelers are a great group, great bunch of guys. I've talked to several of them, and I really like these guys. Let's see. Good evening, hey, Jimmy Turk. How you doing this evening? And I see Lynn, my lovely wife. She's tagging everybody. She's getting everybody in there. John, whenever you're ready, you can go to the studio. Lynn sent you the link. Yes, don't forget to check out Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts or ubasicmotorsports.com. Ubasic Motorsports Performance Parts is one of the long-time sponsors of the show. My mind works faster than my mouth does, and my wife does not believe that's possible. But you know, I like to prove her wrong every now and then. But we're going to have John Uzbasic on here in just a few minutes. When I see him pop into the green room, I'll bring him into the show, and we'll talk about some interesting things. I got some really interesting things with John we're going to talk about tonight. But you heard a little bit of what's coming up with the East Coast Fueler schedule. It's going to be great. I'm sitting here working on my things. So next week we will have Chester Taylor with the Misfit Gassers on here. I'm making notes, so forgive me for the dead air. Okay, 7:15. I got it. So yeah, man, we're just trying to kick this thing off this new season. We got some new things that we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be doing more things. Let me turn this off. See if I got some more. My daughter. Hey, my grandkids. Damon and Piper, if you're not in bed yet, you're fixing to go there. So good night. Yeah, I got everybody talked about. But yeah, you know, it was really nice for the East Coast Fuelers. We've had what was it? Okay, Lynn put the East Coast Fuelers information up there, so you can check them out on Facebook. We've had some things with we've got a lot of sponsors, or we had a lot of sponsors, or a good number of sponsors, and some of the sponsors that we had liked some of the things that we talked about, didn't like other things that we talked about, didn't like some of the political comments I made on different things. So we have we've trimmed down. We're starting off. We're bringing on some new sponsors that see a little bit more of my sense of humor and what's conventional and what's realistic in life, instead of all this what do they call it, cancel culture and all this kind of politically correct crap, which I am not. Huh? Woke. There you go, Lynn. Funny section over there is making comments. Whoa, yeah. So what we're doing is we're pretty much picking up all the expenses for the show ourselves, the show, the radio station, everything that we do. And like East Coast Fueler sent us these beautiful calendars where they're $20 a piece. If you want one, just send us a message and we'll get one. Send us a message. I'll send you a link where you can pay for it. We'll get your email, your address, and send it to you. It's a nice, hard, beautiful pictures full of absolutely lovely cars that are in it. So this is just one of the things that we're doing to keep everything going and keep the lights on and the radio station going and the show going. So instead of going out and having to kowtower to a bunch of sponsors in with a woke sense of urgency in their life, we're going to try to do a little bit more of it ourselves, and we're going to continue to bring things on like this that we can do and raffle off and sell and do things like that. So it's kind of cool. Wade Cuevas, hey buddy, how you doing tonight? There's my cousin Marie. How are you doing, Marie? By the way, Marie, I was trying to get in touch with you. Send me a message offline how I can get in touch with you, your number. There was something I cannot remember what it was right now, but no, that's Paula. But I'll remember what it was, and I hope you have a happy New Year also. That's one of my cousins over in Lucedale, Mississippi. We've got people spread out all over the country. Wade Cuevas. Wade Cuevas is a buddy of mine from down there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. He's somewhere between Purvis and Kiel. No, Kiel and Perkinston. I think it's mostly just Kiel. But Wade's a good guy. We got a motor here in the shop that we're putting together and cleaning up for him. And I got to tell you, that thing was filthy. The oil pan, I actually thought the oil pan was going to beat me. It was dirty. But we're getting it all cleaned up. Got some more roller rockers came in today. Let's see. Roller rockers came in today. Cam button came in today. I got 6 things in, David. I just don't remember what the hell they are. The box was heavy. I don't remember. I opened it, cracked it, pulled it out, moved some of it around. Oh, the double roller timing chain came in today. I just don't remember. But yeah, great product, great parts. Way Cuevas. I am just losing it right now. I'm nodding off. I'm tired. It's been a long day, so forgive me for that. I'll get everything back on here in just a second. Did you send John Uzbasic a link to the show? And he has been on here. Oh, there he is. Speak of the devil. So let me turn this. Let me turn one banner off and get another banner on so I can get Johnny U on here. Let's see right there. Okay, turn that off. There we go. Oh, turn that. Oops, wrong one. That one. Turn that one on. All right. Nope. Turn that off. I already had that on. Oh, okay. I know what that is. That's here he is. Here we got John's stuff up there. That'll go. We get his ticker going across the bottom. We'll get his stuff going on here. We'll bring the old guy in here. Let me think. Make sure I got everything right before he comes in so he doesn't holler at me. Keep him in the green room. We can talk bad about him until I bring him in. Then we bring him in. Oh, hey, John, how are you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, I'm glad my ticker's working all right.
I'm telling you, man, your ticker's working.
That's a good
Hey,
thing,
man, how's everything going this season with you? Basically, actually, scratch that right now. How is everything going with you after your wreck?
I'm doing good. I'm back to almost normal, level of aggravation to my wife and everybody around me. But
Okay, that's cool.
the back's where it needs to be. So I've got the car's body's off of it, transmission, engine, everything's out of it. Front end was off of it.
Right.
I've
It was
already
way
reached-
out of it.
It was way out of it. I also spoke with my buddy who actually built my Vega, my Super Gas Vega back in the day. He's actually seen pictures, and he says, you know something? He says we'll know when we get it on the jig, but he says it looks like it's really in pretty good shape. All we're going to do is put more pipe on it, baby.
That's it, man. That's it. People think chassis building is a serious, complex thing, but it's just welding pipe together.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm waiting for is from my buddy Richard from Suncoast Race Cars to be sure that he's got everything that he needs to have and the pricing and everything. So I can order that and get that thing shipped over to Oregon for the car builder.
Okay. All right.
So
So it's
otherwise,
Richard
that's
at
it.
Suncoast.
Yeah, Richard at Suncoast. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
But no,
Now,
I'm doing good. Thank you.
okay. How's Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts?
It's doing good. It's can always do better, right?
Right.
We've got like usual. We've got every 2 weeks we get different promotions and discounts, and right now we have 8 different promotions up on the board right now, anywhere from 5% all the way up to 35% off of different manufacturers like MSD, Energy Suspension, Earls, PRW, Total Seal, and the list goes on and on. So,
Okay. Hey, I've got a question for you about that. Have you talked with anybody with MSD lately?
yeah, probably about a week ago.
Has MSD come out with a Android version of their software, or is it everything still got to be Windows? I heard that they were supposed to be coming out with Android and iPhone apps or for the grid system.
Yep.
And I was just curious if you have heard if they've made any progress with that, if they have done that, or if it's still Windows based.
I'll be honest with you. Next time I talk to him, I'll ask the question, but I don't have an answer for you.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Just that was something that I was pondering, and I thought I would find out and see if you had anything. Hey, I want to send a big shout out there to Eddie Milburn. How you doing, Eddie? Everything is awesome here. I hope you and your family are doing great. Now let's talk a little bit about something that nobody's going to believe that I'm talking about on this show because it's absolutely not me, but we're going to do it.
All right.
Cyber security.
Oh, baby.
All right. Now, there is a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, I've got a bunch of programs on my computer that when I have to use it, or if I've got 8 computers that I work off of, and I work those 8 computers in a circle. And a lot of the software I use is on each computer. But when I log into it from different locations, it's trying to figure out if somebody else is doing that. Now, one of the ways that companies have protected me and my information from those is with 2-step authentication. Whenever I order something or whenever I open another computer, it sends me and goes, hey, check your cell phone and tell me if this is a message that you just sent, or check your email and see if this activity is you. And it's something that it is a little annoying at times because I don't always have my cell phone with me. But I see and I really, really like what it does and how it works. Now, I know that in sales and businesses online, and I've been fortunate in my online stores and things like that, that we've got really good security on that. But this is for us, we don't do a lot of online sales. So it's not a high priority project for me. On you, on the other hand, it is a high priority project because you've got your customers to look out for. You have your manufacturers to look out for. And you also have to look out for yourself. And we were talking, and you're basically saying that you're going to improve your customer safety and their online purchases safety. You are adapting a new 2-step verification process. Is that correct?
That is correct. That we are not that we've had a ton of it, but you know, it only takes a couple $2,500 shots to really sour you up pretty quick.
Right. And you know, anytime somebody wants to be safe with my money, I'm cool with that.
Yep.
And, you know, this is something that a lot of people go, oh, well, you know, that's kind of a pain in the butt to use. But to think about it, the thing I think about most of it is why aren't more companies using it, especially big companies using it? I'm glad to see you're kind of on the forefront of that. And that's, again, for the products that I order from Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts, now I know that I'm going to be more protected. And if it's me having to, when I tell me if this is how it's going to work. I go to your shop, your store, I see a product I want, I click on it and buy it. And then I pay for it. And then before that goes through, it sends me my cell phone or email, something, it sends a verification going, hey, this card for $1,000 is being charged to you. Is this you? Now, people say racers aren't the smartest people on the planet, but you know, racers' wives are.
Exactly.
So if this is something that's going to protect you from having to look at your phone or you look at your email and go, yes, this is me, before that transaction goes through, I cannot think why every other company out there isn't doing this.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, you're going to see more and more companies actually doing this. Now I'm not trying to give somebody free advertising, but I've looked pretty in depth at companies that would give me additional layers besides the normal credit card companies, right? That you have to run the funds. And I found a company called Fraud Lab Pro. And what they do is they give me the opportunity to set the layers of security based on how I think they should be set or how I feel they should be set.
Right.
So in order to get past my system, you have to pass 7 different various steps, everything from your IP domain to your IP address, to your email, to your phone number, to actually and here's something that most people don't know. Every time you use a credit card, your banking system applies a number to your name and your card. And that number is what they call the safe algorithm. And what this basically does is it applies a number from 0 to 100. And I have the ability to adjust. Example, the normal standard is 69 or 70. Anything under 69 or 70 is considered a card that doesn't have malicious things tied to it in any way. Anything at 70 or above, it automatically will reject the card because that card is either associated with fraud or it's declined for insufficient funds or whatever the case may, happens to be. And then once you get past that, it's going to ask you for an SMS identification, and then which is a 2-step. And then that will be sent to your phone or your computer. And all you do is you fill in that information. And it, like you said, it verifies that you are actually the one who's using this card. And then at that time, everything goes through the system. If there is anything that is red flagged, it automatically rejects the card. Now, if there's anything that could be questionable, the system holds your order in the system until I physically look at it and I determine, is this situation a positive or a negative? And they actually have steps and levels that you can verify this on the back end.
Right.
And again, I actually sent out a poll to a number of my customers that buy from me through their email system to go, hey, what's your thoughts about this? Because there are going to be some people that aren't going to be thrilled about it.
Right.
And I apologize for that. But I can't believe how many people came back and said, thank you for protecting my money.
Right. Exactly. And when we first talked about this, that was one of the things that really stuck in my head about, this is, like I said, I don't see any other companies that do this kind of thing. And you're on an end where you may get some malicious things like that for people who are doing that for a living. But, it also is a two-way street. Now, I am very, very pro online purchases and online shopping. I mean, I really, really like it. And we have been very fortunate not to have been stung or burned or anything like that. But, it's always a chance. And with some of the companies that we do, they don't have this kind of two-step protection, but they do have some different protections on there. And like I said, they've been really, really good for us. But this is something that I'm proud and I'm excited to see Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts jumping in and getting ahead of the curve on this to protect not only but also the end user and the person who's actually buying the parts, to make sure it's just not their credit card buying the parts.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're you look at organizations like the biggest one that comes to my mind is Amazon, right?
Right.
And not that I'm trying to and as well as my competitors out there selling parts, but you're talking about the guys who are making a ton of money at this because they can build in a ton of safeguards within the programs. But you're also talking $50,000 to $200,000 for coders to code this technology into their system that runs credit cards. And the normal guy out there doesn't have $200,000 laying around for a coder. And it's not like you code it one time and you're done.
Right.
Because these people are coming up with new ways to always try to go through and backdoor the system.
That's
so
right.
This is something that is a constant deal. And it's crazy. I have put this program into my system, and it's been a week ago, and I've already got 3 updates on it, changing it from what it was when I initially got it and set it up a week ago.
Right.
And I reached out to them and I says, what is this? And they go, real simple. The normal online fraudster, or like I like to call them, freaking criminal.
Right.
they actually are trying to figure out ways to circumvent the system.
Yeah.
And the people who have this company are continuously working to protect and block all of this nonsense that's going on.
That's
You know,
it.
is some of it going to get through? Yeah, there's no way you can be exempt from it completely. But, you know, if I can put as many stopgaps in place that doesn't hurt the customer.
Right.
And when I say hurt the customer, you know, this is all tied to everywhere. So if I'm not physically sitting in front of my computer, I can get it on my tablet. I can get it on my cell phone. I can approve orders immediately. So it's not like you order on Monday and, well, let me get to it by Wednesday or Thursday and process your order then.
Right.
This happens right away.
That's
So
good.
there's no slowdown from the back end or on the customer side of it going, you know, how long is this going to freaking take? Because and I'll tell you, it's instant. If you have an SMS number and you apply that number and they give you a thumbs up, I don't even see it, John.
Right.
It just automatically approves it without even me screwing with it.
Yeah, and I was logging into my Google account from my computer out in the shop today, and I had it gave me 2-step authentication. I had to look at my cell phone to see the 6-digit number they sent me, and I had to enter that in so I could turn that browser on and check my email.
Yep.
So, you know, but that's kind of my problem because, like I said, I've got 8 different computers that I bounce around. I've got one on my recliner. Actually, I got 2 over by my recliner. I got one right here. Plus, I got a tablet next to my recliner. I got 3 out in the shop. I got 1 in the trailer, in the dragster trailer. So, you know, it's.
You want to be online, man.
Yeah, I am. But if I could just have it all on one.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'd have to carry it around because I got a dual monitor set up out in the shop with 2 monitors. It was just having all that stuff. I would look like, you remember the what was the guy on? Was it Captain Kangaroo or whatever that had the symbol on his hat and he had symbols on his knees and a bell on it. He had stuff. That's what I would look like trying to carry my computer system around.
Computers and stuff. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, you know, like I said, when I travel or go anywhere, yeah, my laptop's always with me because, you know, you can find a hotspot anywhere. I mean, they're all over the place.
Right.
So
and I target them. I was when I was on the road a lot, I was always keeping locations and things like that where I could pull in and get something. If I needed to check something or somebody needed me to look at a file or something, I could look and see where I was. And I had a little thing that I would look at and say, okay, there's a hotspot, a really, really good hotspot outside this hotel at this exit, and here's the password.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like, it's the funniest thing. And a great part about it, if they have decent ones, you don't even have to go in the place. You can just sit outside, right? Like you said.
And that's what I would do. That was one of the great things about Hampton Inn. I always stay at Hampton Inns. Once you if you stay at 6 Hampton Inns, you can pretty much figure out how their password systems go to get into the networks at all the other Hampton Inns. So you can jet off a road if you see a Hampton Inn sit in the parking lot, put in a number, you put a password in, go, and you're doing it. And you check your mail, upload a file, download a file, do whatever you got, and be back on the road in just a few minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I noticed that I was before I popped in, I was you were talking to that fine gentleman, Mr.
Jim Cummings.
Yeah. Good guy, man. Good guy.
Jim's a great guy. Did you see the calendars that they sent us?
Oh yeah, no, they're great. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that they got thicker pages than most of my body on my race car has.
I'm telling you, man, I couldn't get over it.
Yeah,
I couldn't get over how thick the pages were.
Yeah.
So that's one of the little things that we're doing this year. So we've got some more things that we're going to have like that. But I just wanted to get you on here, and I know we had talked a little about the 2-step authenticity or verification. There we go. I got. Helping me out over there. But I wanted to get ahead of that because I didn't want people to think the wrong thing on that. And, because some people put too much complexity into thinking about it, and it's really not. It's just a second layer of protection to help save their money where somebody doesn't get it before you do or before a company does, or it goes where it's supposed to.
And then you're right, because the the ones that I actually did reach out and call, I called about 10 or 15 of my customers, my better ones that buy from me all the time. And, half of them were on speakerphone, and their wife or significant other was in the room. And we started talking about this. And then most of them all chimed in and said, yeah, don't listen to what my husband or significant other says. Just keep doing that, because at least we know that our money is being protected. Because a lot of times we don't know what the heck's going on. Because
That's right.
you can buy credit cards off of the dark web all day long, and they're cheap, right?
Yep.
And it's a terrible situation that we're all under right now. We're in, but we have to do what we have to do to protect the investment and keep the lights on.
That's it.
So
That's it.
This is just one of those things that makes all the sense in the world.
Yep.
So
yep.
Also,
I'm glad to see that you're doing it.
I was a little bit jealous listening to you guys talk about the upcoming races and car shows, because, as you know, my poor car is all over the place. It's here, it's there, it's over there, it's over here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got tape on where it's supposed to go eventually when I get to that point.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm extremely bummed out about that aspect of it, because right now is when I'm getting the car ready for the upcoming season, and all I can just look at it and go is, oh, by the time the car is going to be running, oh, that's going to be out of for SFI.
SFI, yeah, your specs are going to be out.
That'll be out. Oh, there's another 400 there. There's 600 there. There's 200 there. So I'm good times, baby. Good times.
Yeah. Kind of one of the reasons I like all the gasser stuff. They're not nearly as strict.
No.
Because
totally.
I can tell you right now, every tag I've got is expired.
Yeah.
Every tag I've got is expired.
Yeah.
So I had everything new and updated before COVID hit. So everything's expired now. And that Dash 20 fire suit, if they don't like the date on that thing, they can just kiss my big ass, because I ain't buying another one.
Hey, that's like when they were when I had my accident. Everybody, the paramedics are coming. All right, let's cut the suit off. And I go, oh, hell no, you're not going to cut this suit off. Are you freaking crazy?
I remember a joke. A guy was telling me one time he had a wreck in his car, and it was upside down, and the fire guys showed up, and they had those V-notch belt cutters like they use on helicopters and things like that to cut the safety straps. He goes, the guy reached in there with that thing, and he was a Navy guy like me, and when he saw it, he knew exactly what it was. He pushed it with his hand. He goes, these things are brand new. Don't cut them. I'll get out.
That's right. I told a paramedic guy, I said, I don't care if you got to do surgery on me, but the suit's staying on until I take it off.
That's it.
So anyway.
All right, John, don't forget to tell everybody where they can find you.
Find us at UzbasicMotorsports.com. Like I said, we always have specials. Pass the word, please. We all try to be about customer service. Try to bend over backwards to take care of the customers. And like I said, we have
every major brand you can think of.
Yeah, I've got actually, I'm up to 1,275 different manufacturers now in the system. And it's pretty crazy. And just something real quick, it'll only take a second, is that one thing I've noticed about this industry now, a lot of these manufacturers are not selling to the customers any longer.
Right.
Because of shipping costs, fraud. So they want the dealers, unfortunately, like me, who sometimes doesn't know any better, to peddle their wear. So it's crazy how many of my customers call up and said, yeah, I tried to call the manufacturer up, and they just kind of hung up on me and said, hey, here, call this guy or call that guy, or look on the internet and find a dealer, because we no longer sell to the normal customer.
Right.
So the only reason I'm saying that is because I have gotten now in a position where I'm actually a dealer for like 50 or 60 different manufacturers now. I don't even go through a distributor now. I'm actually a dealer for these people.
Right.
So, like I says, yeah, come on, check us out, please. And even if you come to our site and just take a look, we're appreciative of even that. And again, if you need something, just give me a call. We're always here to help you and do everything we can. And if we can find a part for you, I'll take the time to try to help you find something that you need to get you going, because I know there's nothing more important than having that vehicle running. I don't care if it's a race car or just a car to drive from home to work or whatever. And we do our best to try to cover you up and take care of that for you as much as possible. So,
and we appreciate that. We appreciate that, John. You know, that's one of the things I always say. There's your number right there on the screen, 253-212-8020. Call John Uzbasic and talk to him. Ask a question if you've got it. He is awesome. Like I said, a longtime sponsor of the show and a great person. We appreciate your help, John. And I don't know if can you see your scroll going across the bottom of the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Did you see the other thing I just had up there?
I see Uzbasic Uzbasic Performance Parts.
Can you see the when I had a florist, I got hacked by PayPal. I got hacked by PayPal and Amazon. I appreciate your guest speaker.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's my cousin.
Oh, is that Maria? Okay.
That's my cousin.
Yeah, no, I tell you, I thought this was going to maybe be a really negative situation, but I tell you, it hasn't been much of a problem whatsoever. And I've already processed, I don't know, 20, 25 orders, and I haven't yet to anybody call up and call me, bad words and bad names and colorful metaphors.
Right.
So hopefully this will help everybody feel a little bit better about, who they're buying from and what they're buying. And so, yeah, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see what happens. But yeah, I'm kind of like you, John. I try to kind of keep my opinions to myself to a certain extent, because try not to alienate too many people.
Yeah.
But you know me, that only goes so much, and then I start opening my mouth, and I can't stop myself after that.
Yeah, and you know me, it goes even a shorter distance.
I know. I can't believe how tolerant I am sometimes.
I know.
Usually I'm now like 4 or 5 minutes. Before I used to be like 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So I think I'm doing great strides to be a better person.
There you go. Well, John, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Keep us up to date with what's going on. And if there's anything you need, anything I could do, please let me know. And I got some other stuff that I'm going to send to you to look at, and we'll talk with you. And like I said, you're always welcome on the show. If you've got, don't forget, give me those specials so I can get those up here on the show. Hey, listen. First, you do have do you have a Redline product special right now?
Actually, I don't. I took that off this past couple days ago.
Okay.
But something, if you're interested and you want something, give me a call, and we'll see what we can do for you.
I appreciate it, John. Have a great weekend. Tell everybody I said hello, and hope the best to all of y'all.
Thank you. And please, I know your wife. Wish her hello, Lynn. I just want to say hello and just tell you, lovely person, lovely wife, man.
Thank you. Oh, her. Oh, all right, man. I'm getting this guy out of here.
No, I like you too, but not that much.
All right, buddy. All right, man. Thank you, and have a great evening.
You too. Take care. Bye.
All right, buddy. Bye. John Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts, great sponsor and friend of the show for years. John's been one of those cool guys. John hung with us even through COVID when everybody else was trying to figure out a way to save and skimp and cut. John was right there with us, so we really appreciate everything he does for us. Well, I'm getting ready to wrap up the show now. We'll have these links up. Let's see. Let me see. I got a few comments here. Let me check out real quick. Okay. All right. I want to remind everybody, if you want, we've got a link up that you can click. It's for, I think it's $1 for it's $1 or $2 for the raffle for one of these East Coast Fuel calendars. It's 12 months of beautiful cars. Awesome. Oh, there's Urban. Hey, there's Urban's car. So it's 12 months of really good cab, my buddy Charlie Benson. But we're doing these. We have these for sale, not for raffle, but we have them for sale. They're $20 a piece. You can message me or send. I'll have the link up that you can click on to buy the calendar. Or if you just like to get in the raffle to help us raffle one off, it's $1 or $2. I made it a couple of weeks ago and just forgot about what it was, and I didn't do a lot of homework before I came on the show tonight because I've been working all day again. But yeah, this is how we're choosing our sponsors a little differently this year, and we're choosing the people that we want to work with, and we're taking a lot of that political correctness and wokeism out of what this show is, so I can go back to being me again. And not be hampered by what people want me to talk about, don't want me to talk about, what I smoke, what they don't want me to smoke, what I drink, what they don't want me to drink. And since I'm on before this time, there's could be kids listening, so I'm not good. We're going to fund the show this way and the radio station this way. If you want to buy calendars, $20. Send me your information. We'll send you the thing to pay for it and get it mailed to you. Lynn will take care of that. And don't forget, if you want to enter the raffle to get one, hey man, try it. It's awesome. And like I said, you're helping a great cause. You're helping the radio station, and you're helping Whiskey Cars and Cigars. So thank you. I will see you next week. Hopefully, we're going to have. It looks like next week we're going to have Chester Taylor with the Misfit Gassers on board. Let me flip over this side. Hopefully, we're going to have Paul Salvatore with Wilkesboro Dragway on. So we'll have more out. Check the page and check the highlights. We'll have that information up for you to check out. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for those who have stayed with us for 7 years. I really appreciate you. Lynn's waving and smiling, so evidently I'm doing all right. So thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend and keep racing. Good night, everybody. Oh, I forgot. It's been so while since I did this. I have to run my outro. I got a beautiful outro. We're going to get that going now. All right, everybody. Good night.